After we have developed our definition of multiplication in the first lecture, now it is time to legalize different operations. Legalize how do we connect with our old real number system, etc. So that is the work we will do in the beginning of this today's lecture, and then start using complex numbers, look at the different properties of complex numbers. So basically I would like to write it as follows. We have said in real numbers, when we say x, in complex numbers we said x comma 0. In real numbers, when we said x1 plus x2, in complex numbers we said x1 plus x2 comma 0. In real, as far as definition, this was our first understanding. This was our second understanding. Okay, हे जरा जास्ती जाड का होत, जरा जास्ती झूम कंडिशन मध्ये आहे का? So I should make the size of my pen little smaller. Okay. Okay. Another thing that we defined, this was as far as real numbers and complex numbers are concerned. Then we defined addition. Which was equal to okay, maybe I can write 3. Then we decided what is our multiplication, and we said x1 comma 0 into x2 comma 0 is equal to x1 x2 minus 0 into 0 comma x1 into 0 plus x2 into 0, which is equal to x1 x2 comma 0. Okay, and then this is a complex number, and corresponding real number in this case is x1 plus x2. We said it in 2. And corresponding real number over here is x1 x2. So this is also an achievement of the definition, because when two real numbers get multiplied, we don't want any fancy new definition of real numbers. We want it to be x1 into x2. We wanted it that way only. And by the new definition of multiplication of complex numbers also, we are getting x1 into x2 if they happen to be real numbers. So this is important. This is important step. So legalizing the real numbers as complex numbers, because real numbers were just a number, complex numbers are ordered pair. So this connection, so maybe what we can say is R tilde, the embedded real number system in complex numbers, is behaving perfectly well as far as addition, multiplication is concerned, and it is giving us correct results. Now, the next thing that we would like to do is, every time handling this ordered pair, handling ordered pair, for algebra is difficult. Therefore, we should get some additional versions of representation of complex numbers, which will help us in doing addition, multiplication, or many different operations in algebra. So first representation of complex number is ordered pair. That is where we started with. Maybe this is first, but this is not good enough for addition, multiplication eventually, because it is going to take a lot of time. Therefore, we need to look at some additional versions of or additional notations of complex numbers. And now we have I, or opposite of I. And what is that? Which is equal to -1 raised to 1/2. This is the quantity that we have now. And what is our multiplication definition? x1 y1 multiplied by x2 y2 is equal to x1 x2 x1 x2 minus y1 y2 comma x1 y2 plus x2 y1. So this definition of multiplication also need to be satisfied by the new definition of complex number that we do, and therefore many trials are constructed, many trials are conducted, and somebody came up with x1 plus I y1 is, say, x1 y1, x1 comma y1. Suppose we represent it like this, and if we multiply by another number x2 plus I y2 by our regular multiplication, the way we do, even if this multiplication is a new definition that we decided, but this is multiplication of complex numbers. But multiplication definition that we have decided is for representation ordered pair, and we have to remember this. We have to remember this. However, if we multiply these two numbers with all the information that we have, the way we do it in real number algebra, and if we end up getting something like this, then this is yet another representation of complex numbers. So let us multiply term by term. First term, x1 x2 plus I times x1 y2 plus I times y1 x2 plus I square times y1 y2. Therefore, writing it again properly, x1 x2 and I square is -1, therefore minus y1 y2 plus I comes out to be common inside bracket x1 y2 plus x2 y1. This is what is our algebra, standard algebra that we do. Therefore, now you will be surprised to know that if x1 plus I y1 was a representation of x1 comma y1, then x1 plus x1 x2 minus y1 y2 is the part which is without I, and x1 y2 plus x2 y1 is a part which is with I. So normally, now let me start telling you the names. This part is called real part of complex number. This part is called imaginary part. Okay, so in the normal representation of complex number x comma y, x is Now let me write down technically correct. Z is equal to x comma y. Then x is real part of Z and y is imaginary part of Z. Okay, so real part of Z now in this case happens to be x1 x2 minus y1 y2 comma imaginary part in this case is x1 y2 plus x2 y1. Okay, and it is exactly in line with what we wanted. Therefore this is the first representation of a complex number. This is second representation of a complex number. बघा जमतंय का मुलांनो? Okay, is this clear? So now having got this, multiplication was the most difficult thing to check, so we have checked it. Now let us check whether addition also goes exactly the same way or not, and it will go because addition is relatively easy. So x1 plus iy1 plus x2 plus iy2 is equal to x1 plus x2 plus I times y1 plus y2, and it is same. So this is x1 comma y1 plus x2 comma y2 is equal to x1 plus x2 comma y1 plus y2. Array, do you appreciate this? Do you understand what is happening?
Yes, sir.
So if this is the multiplication and new notation, so let us find out. This is interesting. Now x plus iy is equal to, what is my x? My x was a real number but represented as x comma 0 plus what was I? I was 0 comma 1. And what is y? Y comma 0. Let us check what do we get. This is x comma 0 plus, now using the definition of ordered pairs, x1 x2 minus y1 y2, x1 x2 minus y1 y2 0, x1 y2 plus x2 y1 y, which is equal to x plus 0 x, 0 plus y y. Done. X plus iy is equal to x comma y. We have we have not taken it directly, but we have actually checked whether it is working or not, and using the definitions of addition and multiplication it works. So amongst the many trials that you will take for legalizing it into a algebraic form, this one works perfectly well. This one works perfectly well. Okay, so now we have got two notations of a complex number, an ordered pair and x plus iy. Advantage of x plus iy is you need not remember addition or multiplication definition. You directly do the algebra. Only thing that additional you will require to use other than the multiplication and addition of real numbers is, what is the only thing that is required to use is I is square root of minus 1. I is square root of minus 1. That is the only additional thing that you are required to use while doing algebra. Otherwise, x plus iy is going to be a wonderful notation. Okay, I hope you are writing along with me, or you want the upper board also to be seen, or you have finished writing?
Finished.
Done.
बोला.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Now the next question will be, what about order properties? O1, O2, O3. Because if we could get these three properties through as far as the definition of complex number is concerned, then we have a substantial advantage of using all the theorems that we have proved for real numbers. Therefore, our job now is to check O1, O2, O3. So let me write down O1, O2, O3 for complex numbers. O1, suppose, if possible, I mean, if true. O1 would be for every Z1, comma Z2, for every Z1, comma Z2 belonging to P, Z1 plus Z2 belongs to P. O2 for every Z1, comma Z2, Z1 म्हणतोय आणि X1 लिहितोय. O3 says for every Z belonging to C, Z not equal to 0, 0, Z and opposite of Z are distinct, and exactly one of Z is in P. Okay. Now, what do you think? I give you few minutes to think and tell me whether ordering properties will be satisfied by complex numbers or not. Don't disclose your answer. I will wait for a few minutes for you to perform the checking of complex numbers with addition and multiplication definition to check whether O1, O2, O3 is available or not. Okay, so if you are ready with your answer, maybe I can have a couple of answers. What do you think? Will the order properties be available? Can somebody spell out?
Sir, it failed for the second one, I guess.
Sorry?
O2 is not
Sir,
available.
O2 doesn't apply.
O2 is not available.
O2 is not
O2.
available. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, either all of them are available or they are not. So let us check what happens exactly. Do we have any complex number ready with us? Yes. Let I, which is equal to 0, 1. Okay, let I is equal to 0, 1, which is definitely not equal to 0, 0. Belong to say P. By O2, what will happen? I into I will belong to P, but I into I is minus 1 belong to P, minus 1 into minus 1 belong to P, 1 belong to P. I mean, simultaneously we have proved both the things. 1 belongs to P and opposite of 1 also belongs to P. Contradiction to maybe O3. अरे समझते का? मग कदाचित I will belong to N. 8. I belongs to N, which implies opposite of I belongs to P, which implies opposite of I into opposite of I belongs to opposite I into opposite of I belongs to P. This implies, what is this product of this now? Minus minus plus
minus 1.
minus 1 belongs to P. Again, same logic, minus 1 into minus 1 belongs to P. Therefore, 1 belongs to P. These two put together give us contradiction to O3. So I belongs to P contradiction, I belongs to N contradiction, and I is definitely not equal to 0, 0. Therefore, I cannot be accommodated. This implies I cannot be accommodated in P or in N or in 0. I cannot be accommodated. I does not belong to P. I does not belong to N, and I is not equal to 0, 0. Hence, order properties are not available for complex numbers. That is the price we have to pay for developing the new system. We have to pay price for developing the new number system, that we lose ordering properties. And it is actually obvious to lose ordering properties, because if you look at it geometrically, real numbers were on real number line. The one who is towards positive side, towards right side, is bigger than the one who is to the left side, because there was only one direction to compare, either to the left or to the right. When you enter into a plane, we will not be able to say A is what of B, right of B, left of B, up of B, down of B. We will not be able to say that. And therefore, it is obvious that we lose order properties. And hence, in future, if somebody asks you a question, 1 plus I and 5 plus 5I, which one is greater? Put less than, greater than, or equality symbol in between. Suppose somebody asks you this question. Put the equality or inequality symbol in between. What will you do?
Leave it blank.
What symbol we will do? It is 1 plus I and this is 5 plus 5I. Array, 5 plus 5I, 5 times this. What symbol will you put here?
No symbol. Not equal to.
Cannot be.
Not equal to.
You should say, no, not equal to. Also, you should not say, cannot be compared.
Cannot.
complex numbers for greaterness or cannot be compared. Yeah, you can say not equal to, that is correct, because real equal to real part and imaginary part is not equal to imaginary part. Therefore, you can say that is correct answer, but better answer is you cannot compare the greaterness or smallerness of two complex numbers. Ever. 11th standard, if I ask you this question, later part of 11th standard or beginning of 12th standard, few of you will end up saying that 5 plus 5i is greater than 1 plus I. बघा पक्का
1 plus 2i आणि 1 plus 3i ला कंपेअर करू शकतो का?
कशाला 1 plus
2i आणि 1 plus 3i.
1 plus 3i सांगा तुम्ही करू शकतो की नाही करू शकत?
No, sir.
Nice, sir.
Because if we subtract them, we don't know whether I is greater than or less than 0.
You are not entering this business of writing greater than or less than for complex numbers. Not available.
सर पण
for 1 plus
इमॅजिनरी
5i
पार्ट
plus
सेम असला तर करता येतं का कम्पेअर?
Imaginary part काय?
If imaginary part is equal but real part is not equal.
2 plus 3i and
4 plus 3i.
Yes, sir. Then we can.
Yes, why?
Sir, because if we subtract them, the I gets cancelled. So by definition of greater than, we can prove it.
What definition? So now forget about that. I mean, okay. So if I have ordered pair 2, 3 and another ordered pair 5, 3, in ordered pair business, can we write it like this?
No, sir.
So that definition was only there for real numbers, so we cannot compare.
See, now let me tell you the logically correct answer. All the inequality definitions, etc., and the theorems related to that are proved after O1, O2, O3. Mind well. And therefore, they are not available because O1, O2, O3 is not. So that sequence is important. We are not picking up the theorems just like that and proving them. The sequence is important. And therefore, no matter whether they, I mean, only thing is that you can say is equality of two complex numbers. If real part is equal to real part and imaginary part is equal to imaginary part, then the two complex numbers are equal. Otherwise, you cannot compare them. Two complex numbers cannot be compared with each other. Okay, and anyway in coordinate geometry also this is not acceptable. This is the symbol which is not being used at all. What do we mean by this ordered pair is smaller than this ordered pair? I mean, this symbol is only to compare two real numbers, two numbers, not. Similarly, like vectors, you must have studied some vectors in physics. Tell which is the greater vector, A or B? Or which is the smaller?
Can't be compared.
A is greater than B or A is smaller than B. You cannot say.
Magnitudes can be compared.
If you say absolute value of A, length of A and length of B can be compared. Arey, samajhte ka? You can compare the length. Then that comparison is real number comparison. It is not vector comparison. It is the comparison between two real numbers which happen to be the lengths of those vectors, magnitude of those vectors. Yes, then you can compare, otherwise not.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, can't it happen that like two of the O1, O2, O3 are correct and one is incorrect?
Two amongst three are satisfied and one is not. That is what you want to say. See, 1 and 2, O1 and O2 are parallel. I mean, they in the distributive property they come together, but otherwise this is addition, this is multiplication, and O3 is something which talks about the exhaustiveness of the number system. If you have a number and if it follows, if it is in O3 and either it should be 0 or it should belong to P or it should belong to N, then that is the only space available. So it has to be between these three. That is O3 speciality. So like right now the contradiction that we have proved is using O2. We have proved contradiction. So O2 and O3 are implemented right now here. But then, I mean, if we use distributive property or if we create an algebra where addition, multiplication, both are required, then O1 will also come in picture, and therefore the three together must be satisfied. If any one of, like in M1, M2, M3 were satisfied, na? I mean, our definition of multiplication, x1 dot x2 comma 0 or y1 dot y2, this definition, your M1, M2, M3, all three of them were satisfied. Only failure was happening at M4, and therefore we said we cannot take that multiplication. And of course it was not generating -1. So A1 to A4 must be satisfied for addition definition. M1 to M4 must be satisfied for multiplication definition. Distributive property must be satisfied by addition and multiplication. And O1, O2, O3 must be satisfied for ordering or theorems after that. And if you are considering limiting cases, then your that axiom, 13th axiom also must be satisfied. Is that okay? Up to this point. So now this particular length of the vector triggers me to figure out third notation, maybe third notation for complex numbers, and there we will be able to use some inequality because we wish to use inequality. So whenever we say x comma y in Cartesian coordinate system, okay, we can always say the address of this point by one more method. Can you tell me what is the another method by which I can specify this point in this plane?
Sir, angle and distance.
Angle and distance from the center.
Angle and distance from the center. So if you draw a ray passing through this point, then you again specify two things. What is the angle with positive x-axis, theta, and how much is this distance, r. So r theta is yet another representation which we call polar coordinate system. So first you say how much distance it is away from origin. So in that case it can fall on the circle having radius r anywhere, and then you say what is its angle with positive x-axis, theta. Then only one point is determined by that method. Okay. So now our job is, I will say this is third representation of complex number. R comma theta is a third representation of a complex number. So I will say x comma y is exactly equal to, or maybe what we can say is exactly equivalent to, they mean same, x plus iy is exactly equivalent to r comma theta. Suppose I say, then I should be able to jump from one place to the other. From here to here it is easy. How do we go from here to here?
Sir, r is theta.
So x is r cos theta and y is r sin theta.
R sin theta.
Okay.
Yes.
That is better. So
Yes.
x is r,
Cos theta.
x is r cos theta. That is yet another representation of x comma y. So now x is r cos theta, x is r cos theta, y is r sin theta. Therefore, x square plus y square is equal to r square. Oh, this is the equation of circle, and that is correct. That is the equation of circle. Therefore, if I want to write r, it is square root of x square plus y square. Right? And if I want to write, if I take ratio, y by x is tan theta. So theta should be such that tan of theta should be imaginary part of a complex number divided by real part of complex number. So if I say that a complex number is 5, 30 degree, what is its corresponding x plus iy representation? 5 cos 30, 5 sin 30. This is, this r cos theta or sin theta representation, but its corresponding x comma y representation will be, bola, what is cos 30?
Root 3 by 2.
And what is sin 30?
1 upon 2.
1 by 2.
So this is what is the complex number, which is 5, 30. Is it too fast, or are you all understanding what I am trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Easy? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I wait for 2 minutes so that you write in proper way. This is not, whatever I am writing on whiteboard is not proper way of taking down notes. I am just trying to explain. You should write properly in your notebook. Okay, now let us move. That is the end of the board. Okay. Now, if I tell you to find 16, 0, or if I say find square root of 16 in complex numbers. So complex number 16 will be represented by 16, 0, and because 16 is a real number, we know the answer should be 4, 0 and opposite of 4, 0. This should be the answer. But how will we really do the calculations? So let us assume u, v is a square root of 16. U, v is equal to 16, 0. So by definition, x1, x2, u square minus y1, y2. x1, x2 minus y1, y2, v square, 2 times uv is going to be equal to 16, 0, right? Which implies u square minus v square should be equal to 16 and 2uv should be equal to 0. Correct? Now this, we are in real numbers now. We finished complex numbers because we have removed this ordered pair notation. So now we are in real numbers. So if v is equal to 0, if v is equal to 0, then our second condition is satisfied. U square is equal to 16 implies u is equal to plus or minus 4. Okay, if we would have taken, if u is equal to 0, then opposite of v square is equal to 16. No solution. Therefore, u is equal to 4, u comma v is equal to 4 comma 0, or maybe I will write or and. Array, have you understood this proof?
सर ते नो सोल्युशन काय ते नाही कळालं कारण व्ही आहे तो इमॅजिनरी पार्ट आहे तर मग त्याचा स्क्वेअर असं निगेटिव्ह असू शकतो ना.
But it is in real numbers.
When we represent it in that form, V has to be real
This
number.
is Lakshman Resha. Okay. Above this is C. Below this is R. And therefore no solution. Understood? But it was a good question. So therefore now I am giving you, I have explained you the solution. Now I want you to solve one. Find square root of 0 comma minus 25. I wait for your answer. Okay, this is the solution. 5 upon root 2, comma minus 5 upon root 2 and minus 5 upon root 2, comma 5 upon root 2. These are the square roots of 0, comma minus 25. Next question is square root of minus 25. Okay, so by doing similar calculations, u square plus minus v square is equal to minus 25 and 2uv is equal to 0, because square root of minus 25 means ordered pairwise it is minus 25 comma 0. So either u should be 0 or v should be 0. Now in this case, if v is 0, we are stuck. Therefore u must be 0. So this implies u should be equal to 0 and v is equal to 5 and minus 5. Therefore square roots will be 0 comma 5, which is 0 plus 5i, and 0 comma minus 5, which is 0 minus 5i. So 5i and minus 5i are the square roots of minus 25. Good.
आपल्याला आय च्या डेफिनेशन वरून पण मिळू शकतो ना. हे आपल्याला थेट आय च्या डेफिनेशन वरून पण मिळू शकतं ना. आय स्क्वेअर इज इक्वल टू मायनस 1.
हो, करता येईल. सो minus 25 is equal to minus 1 into 25. We want square root of minus 25. Therefore square root of minus 1 into 25. So minus 1 is the square root into 25 is the square root, which is equal to I. Now minus 1 the square root is I or opposite of I, so you will end up having plus or minus here, and 25 is the square root plus or minus 5. But out of the 4 combinations, finally only 2 combinations will survive, which is 5i and opposite of 5i. Okay, good. So now let me give you a real complex number to find out the square root of. Okay. find the square root of -45 minus 28i. Find the square root of 45 minus 28i. If we do the same, u square minus v square is equal to 45 and 2uv is equal to minus 28. If we solve these two simultaneous equations, we will get 7 minus 2i and minus 7 plus 2i square are square roots. These are the answers. Now there will be a couple of more options like minus 7 plus 2i. Oh, sorry, it is there. 7 plus 2i and 7 minus 7 minus 2i. So these are not the square roots of this number, because if you check, multiply them to each other, so say, then you will not get this, you will get different than this. So that is maybe the correct way of checking whether out of 4 answers that you have got, which 2 are correct. Okay. सगळ्यांना आहे. अजून एक गणित पटकन करा आता. Now your speed should be better than the earlier. Find square root of minus 9 plus 40i. Okay, answers to this is 4 plus 5i minus 4 minus 5i. Okay, next problem.
Sir?
Yes.
Can you please solve this question?
Yes. U square minus v square is equal to minus 9. 2uv is equal to 40. U into v is equal to 20. Okay? इथपर्यंत आलं सगळ्यांचं? Now. हेलो, हाँ बोल, बोल पटकन. बर 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 मी तुला मला विचार करतो आणि सांगतो फोन करू. आता माझं लेक्चर चालू आहे. हाँ, ओके ओके. How do we solve this? Now, can students suggest me the quickest method to do this? Otherwise, this is regular simultaneous equations. This is our 2 simultaneous equations. We are supposed to solve them. What is the fastest method of doing it?
So square u square minus v square.
So u square minus v square bracket square is equal to u square plus v square bracket square minus
4u square v square.
U square v square. This identity we have to use because we are interested in knowing what is u square plus v square. and we know what is u square into v square. So we will be able to solve a quadratic equation to get the roots. So now we know this, therefore this is 81 is equal to u square plus v square bracket square minus 4 times 400. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So u square plus v square bracket square is equal to 1681. Is this a perfect square?
Yes, sir.
41.
41.
So this implies u square plus v square is equal to plus or minus. What will you take?
Plus.
Plus, because it is summation of two squares. कशाचा square है हा?
41.
Real number.
41. 41. Okay. So u square plus v square is 41 and u square v square is equal to 400. Therefore t square minus 41.
Sir, you have u square minus v square.
We can add u square plus v square and u square minus v square.
So direct u square minus. Okay. So u square plus v square is equal to 41. U square minus v square is equal to minus 9. Therefore 2u square is equal to
32.
32. Therefore u square is equal to 16. Therefore u can be plus or minus 4. Okay. And you can find out v also plus or minus 5, and amongst the 5 you have to really cross check which one square is the given number. You can deal with that. That will be the fastest method.
Or else we can use that because the
u square minus v square. U square minus v square should be minus 9. Correct?
No, sir.
Sir, no.
The
We
other
can,
number, the one with the
yes.
complex number. So
The
over here
product
it is 40, which is
The imaginary
positive.
part.
Yes, sir.
u
Imaginary
and
part.
v should have same signs.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
T is 20, as simple as that. Because uv is 20, u and v should have same signs. So if plus 4 you are taking, you might as well take v is equal to plus or minus 5. So 4 plus 5i or and minus 4 minus 5i. So both these conditions also, you have to remember these two conditions and you should work around that. Is it clear now? Shall I give you the next example? But it is good that we have solved it. Okay? I have to practice this little bit. Okay, next problem is find cube root of 125. Not cube root. I'm sorry about that, but cube roots. Okay, now let us solve it together. First thing, that we know it is 125, and therefore first root, of course it will have 3 roots because we are supposed to find out cube root. So practically what we are solving is
x cube minus 3xy square is equal to 120.
Z cube is equal to 125, and we are supposed to find out Z. So Z cube minus 125 is equal to 0. And now this is not very difficult for us because we know if we put Z is equal to 5, LHS becomes 0. Therefore Z minus 5 is a factor of this identity, which makes it Z square minus
plus 25 plus 5z.
25z plus 25 5.
Sir, 5z plus
25 plus 5z.
Z square plus 5z plus 25 is equal to 0. And now if it was find cube root of, in real numbers, nobody will ask you find cube roots of. But now we are in complex numbers, therefore I am asking you cube roots of. One root is 5. Understood. Now, if you solve this quadratic equation, the theory of equation tells us that this will give us 2 more roots. So, using quadratic equation formula, Z is equal to minus 5 plus or minus under root b square 25 minus 4ac, that is 100 upon 2, which is equal to minus 5 by 2 plus or minus root of minus 75, which comes out to be
5 to 3i.
of minus 75 upon 2, which is equal to 5 by 2 plus or minus I. If I write I here, then that minus 1 square root is taken here. 25 into 5, so 5 root 3 by 2. Okay.
Sir, minus 5 by 2.
Minus 5 by 2. So Z1 is equal to 5 plus 0i. Z2 is equal to minus 5 by 2 plus 5 root 3 by 2i, and Z3 is equal to minus 5 by 2 minus 5 root 3 by 2i. These are the 3 cube roots of 125. If we cube any one of them, we will get 125 back. Or if we cube any one of them, we will get 125, 0 back. Understood? सगळ्यांना समजते का? काही जणांचं समजायचं बंद झालेलं आहे ऑलरेडी.
तर आपण ते यूव्हीच्या टर्म्स मध्ये पण काढू शकतो.
हो,
दोन केसेस होतात, एका v इज इक्वल टू 0 आणि v नॉट इक्वल टू 0, आणि ते
लेंदी प्रोसेस आहे ह्याच्यापेक्षा.
हो, लेंदी आहे, पण येते.
Correct. Yes. So now I give you some negative number. Find cube root of minus 27.
Three by 2 minus 3 root 3 by 2i.
Minus 3, comma बोला
3 plus
3 by 2.
3 by 2
2 plus
plus
3 root 3 by 2 I.
plus 2i.
3 by 2.
3 root 3.
असं
3 by 2.
3 by 2 plus
3 by
3
2
root
plus
3
3
by
root
2 I.
3 root 3 by 2.
3 root 3.
yes
असं.
आणि minus
आणि
And
minus.
minus.
okay. Now find find fourth roots of 256. 4 minus 4 4i minus 4. Find cube of minus 1 plus root 3i. Answer here is 8. Now you have to simplify and tell me what is this complex number. 3 plus 2 upon I into I raised to 6 minus I raised to 7 into 1 plus I raised to 11 is equal to A plus BI. Find A and B. This is 4 plus 6i. A is equal to 4, B is equal to 6. Okay. Last answer, last question. Find the value of I raised to 6 plus I raised to 7 plus I raised to 9 upon I raised to 2 plus I raised to 3 is equal to. Okay. Why do we need to solve these problems? Because we want to be very comfortable with this new number that we are dealing with, I. Okay, the answer for this is half minus half I. Okay, so that is what is the content of our lecture number 2, and that is where we will stop for the day. So I first stop recording.